Hello everyone, it's me, Xeno, and as you can see by this video's title, this is a review of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So the game came out some time ago, but I took my sweet time to truly experience it. Right now I'm on my second playthrough. My first one was with the Tremere, obviously, the best clan, and now I'm playing Banu Hakim. And I have rather a lot to say, some things good, some things rather bad about the game. But yeah, let's start with maybe the most important part of every Vampire the Masquerade thing, the game. So how does it do in the story department, the atmosphere? And I must say it does really well. Atmosphere in this game is deep, and there are a lot of factors that make it so, like music, the level design, the character design, voices, ambience, and this atmosphere really helps you feel this vampiric atmosphere. This atmosphere helps you feel this atmosphere, if you know what I mean. And all of this also helps the story. And the story of the game, the intrigue, the mystery is very interesting. It's very deep. Not everything is clear from the beginning, so like it should be. The intrigue, the betrayal, the plot twists, some expected, some unexpected. So the story is a huge plus in this game. It's a very well written story, very well written mystery about betrayal, politics, influence, manipulation, lies, vengeance, and, well, blood, as it is in vampire fiction. So yeah, story department is great. Everything about this story is, in my opinion, really good. The NPCs are very well written, very well created, design-wise, character-wise, and how they express themselves and how we interact with them. But not all of them, sadly. While there are some really amazing characters like Tolly, Lou, Ryong, Silky, Mrs. Thorn, there are also few that were underused, in my opinion, that had a lot of potential that was, in my opinion, wasted. Because they appeared like not enough times, in my opinion, or got killed out too quickly. Good example of this sort of character is Dale and Nyx. So the ghoul Dale that we meet only once in a memory, already as a corpse, as a kind of a mental projection. So that's sad. He was a rather highly anticipated character, especially in the grander scope of what Bloodlines 2 history of development is. So seeing him wasted like that for the sake of plot is rather sad. And another character is Nyx, a gangrel vampire, whom we meet like 2 times. Once we meet her like at the beginning of the game, kind of. Not at the very beginning, but in the beginning stages of the game. And she really well captured my heart. Really, her character, her attitudes, all were great. And the next time we see her corpse. So yeah, these two and some others could really use more exposition, some more screen time. Even I don't mind that they are dead, that they got killed off, but like I said, they were wasted by not giving them enough of this exposure, this exposition, this interaction with our characters. So that's rather sad, but majority of the characters we meet throughout the story are very well written, very well exposed, created. So that's that about the characters. And talking about characters, we have our two main protagonists, our two main characters. So the Elder, the Nomad, also known as Fire, because they chose this nickname to go by in the modern era, and Fabian, the Malkavian detective, that for some reason that I won't spoil is inside our dome, inside our head, after we wake up from torpor. This is all tied to the wider story, the plot, and yeah, we can play as both. The majority of the game we play as Fire, so the present story, what's happening now, the main course, and after every night when we go to sleep as Fire, we play as Fabian in his memories, and these sections as Fabian give us more expositions of the history, the backstage of all of this mystery that goes back 100 years before the main plot even began. So the Fabian sections play very detective-like, because, well, he's a detective. It really gave me the Call of Cthulhu game vibe, which is good, because they had this vibe, they had this atmosphere, which was amazing, but these sections are rather linear. Even if we can approach our clues, NPCs, in these sections from multiple sides, multiple perspectives, and in multiple orders of approach, it all comes to the same conclusion. So they are rather, well, linear, like I said. Not that they are repetitive. Like I said, we can approach them from multiple angles, but still they could be expanded upon. There is a lot of potential there, so a whole game about I wouldn't mind a whole game about Fabian with this type of gameplay, but really expanded upon some more features, some more stuff. But yeah, Fabian is a very interesting character, and so is Fire, despite being, well, our character. So Fire, like I said, the Nomad, wakes up after torpor, and they are quite known because of the rumors about them, because of the legend around them. Many people can see this as, well, we play a set character. In a way, yes, but not quite. When we wake up as Fire, we can customize our clan, our appearance, and our gender, obviously. So the way we look, the way we act depends on us. But also we can customize kind of our backstory. There are conversations in the game, places in the story, where other characters ask us about our legend, about who we were before we woke up in this modern age. And this allows us to really customize our basically backstory, and these choices that we that we choose to other characters, they come back later, because that's how we shape how others also perceive us. So Fire, despite being kind of a set character, it's also a character that is very malleable to our needs. So how we want to play is fully up to us. And how do we play Fire? That's another really interesting thing. So the gameplay. The gameplay is basically three things, in my honest opinion. So the social stuff, the traversal, and combat. Let's start with the most important, I think, one, the social aspect. this one is very well done, in my opinion, because we meet a lot of NPCs on our way through Seattle, through the story, and the way we approach them, we approach the NPCs, will have an impact on what will happen later and on the ending. What we do matters in this game, and not every character is the same. So we can be nice to one and they will appreciate it. We can be nice to another and they will not appreciate it because they will think that we are being sarcastic or something. So every character has their own likes, dislikes, and their own personality that we have to read out from them to have good relationships with them. So the social aspect of the game really matters, our choices matter, and again, the way we want to play Fire, the way we want to role play as Fire, is again up to us. So if you want to play a jackass Fire Toreador, we can. Or if we can, if you want to play a La Sombra sweetheart, we again can do that. So that's really cool. Another aspect of gameplay, like I said, is the traversal. So the way we travel throughout the city, a city that I will talk about in a second. And it's really good. It's really good. It's really fun to like run through the streets, go to the back alley, climb the roofs, hover above everything. The parkour in this game is very well made. It gives you this, like, the feeling of being the predator, stalking your prey from above, looking where you're invisible. So that's another very, very fun part of the game. And combat. Combat is a unique experience, I must say. It took me some getting used to, but maybe that's because I chose Tremere for my first playthrough. And as it turns out, every clan plays differently. Who would have thought? And not only in the aspect of like having different disciplines, but also a different approach to combat. So, for example, our fighting animations with our fists are different for each clan. And while at the first glance it may not look like something important, it actually is. Because Tremere have a more methodical type of fighting, melee, basically the brawling, because their attacks have a little bit more range. So Tremere are more range based. So going to combat like directly and just start brawling, maybe not the best way to approach playing them. But again, now I play Banu Hakim, and maybe they don't have as much range as do Tremere, but their attacks are faster, quicker, more unpredictable for the enemy. So, depending on what clan you pick, it really matters in terms of combat. And of course, the disciplines, the powers. Every clan has 4, and then also 1 clan perk and 1 clan passive. We can learn powers from other clans by drinking blood from the city kindreds, who share their blood and power with us because, fire is a new sheriff because blood. And this allows you to create really interesting combinations of powers. Maybe you want to play a Ventru with some potence. Well, you can. Maybe you want to play a more stealthy La Sombra. Well, you can by taking some Obfuscate from Banu Hakim. So there are a lot of combinations that add really to the replayability in Seattle. And, Seattle itself. We have the main map, the hub, that we can't really leave for lore reasons, so it's not like just invisible wall is there and you can't leave. No, we have a lot of reasons why we can't leave the city. And the city itself is very climatic. It's a very atmospheric place with a lot of interesting locations. What's great about this city, I think, is that it responds to how the story progresses. For example, at the beginning of the story, we can meet a lot of Anarch ghouls and Thinbloods on rooftops when we climb, and they will fight us because we are mostly Camarilla. And they fight us, but later in the story, Sabbat will join the fun, and they will fight the Anarchs, and Anarchs will fight them, and they both will fight us. So we can use them against each other. And then Hunters join the party, and again, this adds another side of the conflict, and then another quite interesting, I must say, like group, maybe I don't know if I can call them a group, but type of enemy joins, and it really becomes a rather chaotic in a good way, because it all is still outside the view of the common man, of the humans, but the Sabbat enemies don't really care about the Masquerade, and they tend to go cause chaos on the streets on normal humans. And, well, we as Sheriff must preserve the Masquerade. The enemies themselves, there are multiple variations of enemies. Not a lot, I must say, but enough to make the combat interesting. What's not that great is their models, their design. Not that it's bad, but you can fight the same character in the same. You can fight the same enemy like 3 times in one encounter, because 3 different enemies have the same character model. So that's not really that great, I must say. Could be more, but again, the first Bloodlines really didn't have a lot of character models itself. It's not breaking the immersion, the fun of the game, but that's just something I noticed. And talking about the city also, the Seattle, like I said, we have a map, and this map has multiple levels to it. So obviously we have streets, we have back alleys that we can explore, find shortcuts and stuff. We can climb buildings and explore rooftops. And there's a lot of to find there, from film elixirs to special marks that increase our health, and other cool, interesting stuff to find. Some nods to the Vampire the Masquerade fans, some references, Easter eggs, so that's cool. And there are some quite unique locations that have their own vibe. For example, like in the first Bloodlines, we had the Asylum Club, for example. Here we have the Dutchman or the Macomb clubs, and both of them are different, because the Macomb is run by a Ventru and the Dutchman is run by a Bruja. So they serve similar purpose, but they are way different in, well, design and in vibe. What is not, again, that great is that some locations were, again, wasted. A big part of the waiting for Bloodlines 2, everyone knew the Atrium Club that was going to be in the game, and it is in the game. In like 2 story locked places. We can't just enter there and have fun, which is quite disappointing, because it's an important location. Everyone talks about Atrium, that it's this amazing club, this goes out there, this happens there. and we can't even go inside. Besides these two missions in the story, and in one, the club is basically dead, literally and figuratively. So yeah, that's a wasted potential. Just going there and walking around, listening to music, watching on NPCs, that could be cool. And another wasted location, in my opinion, is the hole in the wall bar or club or whatever. This is the place where anarchs reside, and the anarch leader Katsumi resides. And while we can enter there at any time we want, the club is dead. It's empty besides, Katsumi, the one NPC we find there. Which is strange, because in one of the Fabian, one of the Fabian sections, we go to this club/bar. It's full of people. They are dancing, they are drinking, they are having fun, music plays. Why can't it be like that all the time? My opinion, it's quite wasted. Wasted potential, in my opinion at least. But yeah, where vampires reside, there must be some rules, like I said about the Sabbath breaking the Masquerade. Let's talk about the Masquerade system, because it is in the game indeed, because, the game is named Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. The Masquerade part is rather obvious. So the system is rather simple. It's more interesting, in my opinion, than in the first one, where you just, perish at a certain point. Here, we need to be rather careful about what we show mortals, because for those of you who don't know, Masquerade is this veil vampires put on over themselves to keep their existence from humans and from attracting hunter attention and other things. So this system is in the game, so we need to be careful how we feed, how we travel the city. That's why traveling through the streets, it's basically slower than through rooftops, and it serves a rather narrative and very atmospheric purpose to give you this feeling of being a predator, hiding in the shadows, etc. And yeah, the Masquerade system complements that, but it's quite annoying at times, I must say, because Masquerade Bridge can go off even when you just jump on the street. Not super jump like a vampire, but if you swing your fists in the air on the street, not even hitting anyone, or just, standing on a dumpster, some people will start screaming and running away for some reason. So I assume that's not intentional. I assume that's too sensitive. This system is, but the system itself is good, but it could use some calibration, let's call it. Another thing that would need calibration, I think, is, optimization of this game. While the game itself looks good, even on the lower settings, it likes to drop the frame rates in random moments. I assume it will be fixed, but throughout my first playthrough, obviously my PC is not like the mightiest amongst them all, but it's not that old, it's not that weak, because I can run some rather taxing games, but still the optimization could use some work as well. Some other options like changing the FOV would be nice, the dynamic saves would be nice. So there's room for improvement on the technical side, obviously. But the Chinese room are working on it. There have already been a few patches to the game, and the game, compared to my first playthrough right now, is running a lot better. Another last thing I think I want to mention, while we have the main story, There are also side quests. Like I said, we can explore and find some interesting things, but some NPCs will give us indeed side quests that have a little story to them, but ultimately they are basically flavored fetch quests, kinda. There are three types of these side quests. One is assassination, that gives us a little bit story about our target, and that's quite it, which is not bad because, well, we don't need to know about our target that much. Another is crushing anarch gatherings, so basically fighting in with a group of enemies. And another is, well, basically normal fetch quest, go there, pick up that, and go there. And while they are not bad, they get rather repetitive with time. I think they could use a little bit more depth, more work on them, and well, more story put behind them. There is story, like the whole storyline of this side quest is quite interesting, especially when we consider the vampires that give us these quests. But they could use some more depth, I think. And, well, I think I went about all the important parts I wanted to go about. So now the main verdict. Main verdict about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Is it a perfect game? No, it's not perfect. Is it a game without flaws? It's not a game without flaws. It has quite few of them. But is it a bad game? No. In my opinion, this game is quite amazing, really. Despite all of the things I said, the negative things, the majority of the game, the story, the gameplay, characters, the atmosphere, it all makes this game really amazing, in my opinion. It makes it really great. Like I said, I'm on my second playthrough, and I aim at 100% this game, and I will be playing all clans. I will be playing a lot of this. So yeah, I love this game. I waited so long, and I'm not disappointed in the slightest. Despite all of its flaws, all of its shortcomings, the better things are the majority. And they really make this game worth it for me. Is it a good game? Yes, it is. Is it a good Vampire the Masquerade game? Of course it is. Is it a worthy successor to also imperfect and broken Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1 that many people look at through the rose-colored glasses of nostalgia? Is it a worthy successor? I say yes. In my opinion, it really deserves the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 title. So if anyone from the Chinese room is watching this, you did an amazing job. I'm really loving the game. I'm playing it basically daily. Obviously not now because I'm recording this video, but after I record it, I will be playing my Banu Hakim again. And do I recommend this game? Yeah, I do recommend this game to every fan of vampires, to every fan of Vampire the Masquerade, and to fans of the first Bloodlines. While it's not the same in many aspects as Bloodlines 1, it is its own thing, but it's still a sequel. And it's a worthy sequel, in my opinion. Because all things that mattered really in Bloodlines 1 are here and are great. So thank you for watching, and see ya in Seattle, I guess. Seattle by Night. See ya. Also watch Seattle by Night. It's a great actual play with Jason Carroll. Really. See ya.
Welcome to Seattle. Come on, the haven's not far.
What year is this?
The year 2024. When did you...
I have been asleep for 100 years.
Now there's a thing. Well then, welcome to the 21st century.